Live, local, and talking about the teams that matter to you. This is Talkin Sports with Jim Shovlin on Fort Wayne Sports Station, 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Brought to you by McMahon's Best One Tire and Auto Care.
Good morning and welcome to Talkin Sports, powered by McMahon's Best One. Happy November, everybody. Where in the world did October get to? But I guess that means we were busy the entire 31 days in the month of October. Welcome into Talkin Sports. As we said, powered by McMahon's Best One. That's DC Hendricks right there. I'm Jim Shovlin. Thanks for tuning in as we're talking local sports of all sorts till the top of the hour at 10 o'clock this morning. And then we'll give way to Cover Boys. So you can know who's going to cover and who isn't and who to stay away from, etc. But I digress because I don't like to leave people hanging on the Talkin Sports phone line, powered by Fire Police City County Federal Credit Union, because the gentleman hanging there patiently right now is none other than OPS and OutsideTheHuddle.net's Mr. Justin Kenny. Justin, good morning, sir. Happy day after Halloween.
Yeah, happy November 1st. You know what that means, guys. Happy holidays.
Yes. Yes. Do you have your Christmas stuff up yet?
You know, I'm working today. When I get home, the Christmas decorations will be up.
I knew it. DC, $5. $5 you owe me.
I got you. Yeah.
My wife is, she loves her Christmas, and this is a battle I have lost long ago. I don't even try to fight it, but good for me. I'm out of the house today, so it'll be her and our 15-year-old putting up the decorations today.
So you will arrive home to a Christmas wonderland and 50-degree temperatures in the first day of November. Okay, well, no, that's
absolutely
that's great.
Each his own, I guess. You know.
Indeed. Well, let's talk some high school football, and unlike last week, let's talk about some 5 and 6A games. Let's start out in 6A Sectional 2, where the Carroll Chargers took on Elkhart in Elkhart last night. And, basically, Gabe Freisinger and company put a whooping on Elkhart, 49-14.
They did, and this was a good win for Carroll. Of course, every win in the postseason is a good win, but you're going on the road, and Elkhart is one of those teams that you looked at this 14 field and you felt like they were the ones that maybe would be the easiest opponent. But you never know when you have to hit the road and playing a team at home, and Elkhart's not terrible, and they got a really good quarterback. So for Carroll to go up there and take care of business, Gabe Freisinger, 3 total touchdowns. He had 300 in total, 3 total yards. Jaden Van Pelt and Seth McCaw, interceptions for Carroll. Micah Jarrell, the quarterback for Elkhart, did have a couple touchdowns, 1 passing, 1 rushing. But Carroll takes care of business on the road, and they will return and take on Northrop next week, guys.
How about that? Northrop, a thriller of a game against the Snyder Panthers. Northrop wins 17-16 in overtime.
This was a huge game. I felt for both teams, really. And I know Snyder's season ended yesterday, but the first matchup between these two teams in the regular season, Northrop was the clear better team. And Snyder really played tremendously well last night, particularly defensively. And Snyder led late. Northrop had to drive down the field and kick a tying field goal in the closing seconds, and had to convert at least 1 fourth down on that drive. And it was Jaquaden Guilford getting multiple catches on that drive. And then in the overtime, Snyder scores right away. They get the ball first. The PAT is blocked, and then that opens the door for Northrop, who had to score on 4th down, guys, in overtime, and then kick the field goal for the 17-16 win. And once again, it shows the grit and determination of Northrop, and we've seen that in several games this year, but also credit to the Snyder Panthers, right? That's been a team that a lot of people have piled on over the course of the year because we're so not used to seeing Snyder struggle the way they did. But the last couple weeks of the season, you talk about sophomores starting to play like juniors, right? And juniors starting to play like seniors. we saw the indications of what this Snyder team could potentially be in 2026. And they had Northrop on the ropes, but credit to the Bruins, made plays when they had to, particularly late, and they get the narrow victory. And it doesn't matter how much you win by at this time of year. The point is you win, and they'll head to Carroll. They get a rematch with the Chargers next week for a sectional championship.
That's right. And just to, expound on Snyder just a little bit too. Yes. They built and played tough against a very good Northrop team, and it all bodes well to get things built again for their brand new stadium. Where they can for next season and the seasons beyond, whenever it's completed, and just the culture and the dynamic of Snyder football to have a home field on their campus and something to call their own is big, and it's crucial for these kids to buy into that from Kurt Tippmann and company over at Snyder. So that's key. Let's take a look at sectional number 4, where the Homestead Spartans took on Hamilton Southeastern, and it was the Royals 24-10 over the Spartans.
No, Homestead looked good in this game from the start. They were up 10-7 in the first quarter, and then never scored again in that game. The Hamilton Southeastern really took control after that. I thought Homestead's defense played really, really well in this game. It was just the fact that Hamilton Southeastern was able to grind out yards, particularly through the air. And that pass defense of Homestead struggled, and Hamilton Southeastern eventually threw for 318 yards in this game. And meanwhile, Homestead just couldn't find any offense after that first quarter, and Logan Frieden threw for 193 yards but was picked off a couple times. He had the run for the touchdown, the lone touchdown in the game for Homestead. And, you look now, guys, at Homestead and where they go. They finished 6-4. It's an improvement over 3 straight 5-5 seasons. But you wonder just what this team needs to do in the offseason to take that next step and get up to, where teams like Carroll are in 6A. And you look at the seasons that Homestead had in 2019 and 2020 when they won sectional championships and fell to Westfield and Carmel in the regionals, and how do they get back to that? And it's all about up front, guys, for Homestead. How do they get better? How do they get bigger up front? Because that really was the Achilles heel for this team all season long, particularly that offensive line.
We're talking with Justin Kenny from OPS and OutsideTheHuddle.net in our weekly high school football recap. And moving on to Class 5A Sectional 11, the Northside Legends, pounded Goshen by a score of 41-0. Goshen had come into that contest with just a couple of wins on the season, 2-7, but it didn't. As turnovers were costly for Goshen in the second half, and it just got worse from there.
Yeah, 3 fumble recoveries for Northside, a couple of interceptions as well in this game. And Northside started off slow. I wondered where Northside was going to be mentally after back-to-back really excruciating losses at the end of the regular season, being shut out by Homestead and then blowing that 17-point lead to Snyder in Week 9. And it was a struggle for Northside to get going, particularly offensively. Didn't score until the second quarter. The third quarter, they were really able to open things up in the 41-0 win. Caleb Kiengele, 135 yards rushing and a couple touchdowns. Jaden Rivers rushed for a touchdown. Ben Davis rushed for a touchdown. So Northside advances, and I think they feel pretty good with their performance post-second quarter last night, and they'll get a home game for a sectional championship. Northside tries to win their first sectional crown in 35 years. They'll take on one-loss Concord next week.
Yes, indeed they will. Let's move over to Class 4A Sectional 19, and what everybody thought was the potential collision course has come to fruition as the East Noble Knights take care of a pesky, yes, DC, I said pesky Southside Archers team who were leading that game for a while, 35-28 in DC. Well, quickly, your thoughts on that.
Yeah, quickly. I'll try to be quick.
But you don't have to be.
Yeah, I was pulling from our Archers. Obviously, I told people a couple weeks ago that I thought this game would end up being a better game than people probably thought, and it ended up being even better than I thought.
A couple guys by the name of Irby and Moon were instrumental in keeping the Archers right there with the unbeaten Knights.
But, and real quick before we go to Justin too, JT Timberlake Johnson for Southside tied the record last night that was recently set by Bernard Pollard for most career interceptions at Southside. So shout out to him.
Well, yes, indeed. Yeah, it's somebody, Moon eclipses Lamar Smith, a former NFL player. And, and then now another, Bernard Pollard's, tied. So there's some talent over there on South Calhoun. But, yeah, East Noble and Mr. Biddle advanced to play Bishop Dwenger, but we'll get to that Dwenger game in a second. But East Noble's still rolling.
They are, and gosh, this was more and more eyes went to this one over the course of the night last night as Southside stuck around. They were up 7-0 at the end of the half, or at the end of the first quarter. They were only down 1 at half, and it was close going into the fourth quarter. Devin Patterson with the pass to Newton Arnold, and then another pass to Kendrick Alexander with 1:05 left to tie this game with the touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Yeah, credit to East Noble. There was a big pass that was really a short pass that Alex Phillips was able to break a couple tackles and go for 38. That really set East Noble up to try to win this game in regulation. Biddle with the 9-yard touchdown run into the end zone with 22 seconds left. That was his 5th rushing touchdown of the night, all 5 touchdowns for East Noble from the legs of Riley Biddle. So East Noble survives, guys, and their reward is going to Bishop Dwenger next week for a sectional championship game.
Yes, because the Saints were victorious over the Columbia City Eagles 21-0. And is the Saints defense one of the more stout defenses you've seen, Justin, since you've been covering high school football?
It definitely is up there, guys. I mean, even playing, they've only given up more than double-digit points to a team in the city twice, and that was Northrop in that close loss in late September, and then Southside in Week 9, in which some guys were getting rested, and Southside did play well in that game. But Bishop Dwenger, through the first 2 weeks of the playoffs, just completely took away Nathan Foster last week against Leo, and then just dominated Columbia City in all facets defensively last night. I mean, Bishop Dwenger only scored 1 offensive touchdown in this game, but it may have felt like it was 50-0 with how that game was going. So that's going to be the big clash next week, is that East Noble offense, let's say particularly Riley Biddle, right? Riley Biddle versus that Bishop Dwenger defense. And with what Dwenger's been able to do to 2 NE8 foes so far in the playoffs, I think your money has to be on Bishop Dwenger. But East Noble in their 11-0 record, maybe they got caught looking ahead a little bit last night, but they also looked vulnerable, guys, last night. And it's going to be Bishop Dwenger's job to try to capitalize on those vulnerabilities.
Indeed. There's still 5 teams from the Summit Athletic Conference alive. Just East Noble as the lone NE8 team, a couple of ACAC teams, Ho-Hum, South Adams, Adams Central, but 4 Northeast Corner Conference teams still active in the football playoffs. And let's move to Class 3A Sectional 26 and talk about a couple of Northeast Corner teams. The Garrett Railroaders shutting out another NECC team, the Lakeland Lakers, 21-0.
Garrett has had their ups and downs this year under first-year coach Chris Albahrani, and you look at what they had to replace, and there was so much excitement about what was coming back, but they did have to replace so much, guys like Calder Hefty and stuff like that. And, the non-conference wasn't easy. Adams Central and an upstart DeKalb. This team started 0-2. They started 2-4, and yet they've won 3 straight games. They went on the road and shut out Fairfield last week. They shut out Lakeland last night. And so Garrett's playing their best football of the season, and now they set up a rematch with another NECC team at Angola, a team that beat them in Week 8 by 3. So another intriguing sectional championship game coming up next week, guys.
Yes, indeed. And the other side of the bracket, then Angola, 21-20 in a thriller over the West Noble Chargers.
How about the Hornets, guys? They've knocked off Tippecanoe Valley in the first round of the postseason, and then they go to West Noble, and they beat the Chargers last week, a team that in the regular season beat them by 14 in Week 4. Hawk Hasselman, I mean, he's got to be the MVP in the entire area. All 3 touchdowns last night for Angola, all 3 extra points, including the winning extra point in the fourth quarter, as the Hornets improved to 6-5. They have upset back-to-back teams, and now they'll try to knock off Garrett next week. They get that game at home. They'll try to avenge that regular season loss and try to win their first sectional since 2018.
Yes, indeed. And over at Sectional 28, also in Class 3A, it was Mississinewa beating Jay County 36-7. But the Bishop Luers Knights, in a game that D.C. Hendricks attended, beat Norwell 45-12.
And we got to go to D.C. for his report on this game. D.C., what'd you see?
Watch Luers completely destroy Norwell. It was close. It was close at the beginning, though. Norwell was holding their own at the beginning. I think Luers seemed a little bit nervous, but I got to give a shout out to the running back Brandon Gaither, who ended up with 147 rushing yards in that game and a touchdown. Epperson had 3 touchdowns, but all credit goes to that sophomore quarterback Tommy Reichert, who was poised all night, looked very comfortable, and I know a lot of people have been talking about how young he was leading this team, but Luers looked really comfortable last night, and I got to say, Mississinewa, after seeing this game last night, should be really nervous.
And there we go.
The Indians will host that game next week, and Mississinewa, as you mentioned, Jim rolled past Jay County last night. This was a fun game last year for the sectional championship. That game was at Bishop Luers. That was an undefeated Mississinewa team that came into Luers Field last year. It'll now be in Gas City next week, as the Mississinewa Indians will host Bishop Luers for the second straight year with a sectional championship on the line.
And heading over to Class 2A, Sectional 35, it was Eastside, bludgeoning Manchester 42-3, and this was not unexpected.
No, not unexpected. Eastside, maybe a team that has largely flown under the radar this year when we've talked about Cherubusco and West Noble and the NECC. But Joe Richmond, another big night last night. He had 4 completions, guys, last night. 3 of them went for touchdowns. That's not a bad percentage. 1 each to Noah Dove, Jake Warsler, and Nolan Baker. Noah Dove also had a couple rushing touchdowns. Jake Warsler also forced a fumble and had a fumble recovery. So Eastside breezes past Manchester to advance to the sectional final next week.
And I say it wasn't unexpected, but Manchester did come in with a 6-4 or 7-3 record, on the season. But once again, Eastside, we know their exploits during the season. Now, other part of the bracket. Adams Central 35-14, ending the Bluffton Tigers season, and this was one even some of the faculty at Bluffton were pretty sure that the Tigers are going to be able to pull the big upset.
Oof, it's easier said than done.
Exactly.
Adams Central, right? No, look, Bluffton played much better last night than they did the first time around against Adams Central late in the season in that battle of undefeateds when Bluffton lost by 30. But even when you play a better football game, much better in my opinion, you still need Adams Central to make some mistakes. And Adams Central didn't make enough mistakes last night. Rushed for 338 yards. That's the frustrating thing, guys, when you know exactly what Adams Central is going to do and you can't stop it. And I've said it before, the level of line play needs to jump up exponentially amongst ACAC teams to have a shot to beat Adams Central. That's where the Flying Jets beat you. It's not necessarily at quarterback or running back or wide receiver. It's up front on both sides. Adams Central defense held Bluffton to just 170 yards. Jamison Roach, 16 rushes, 216 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdown runs for Thomas Laughlin. And Adams Central rolls again against an ACAC foe And as we mentioned, they'll take on Eastside next week with a sectional championship on the line.
Yes, and moving to Class 1A, Sectional 43, it was North Miami over Southwood 61-30. And then the other part of the bracket has the Fremont Eagles beating Triton 28-19.
One of the more surprising games last night, and that's not a knock on Fremont. You just looked at Triton, and I felt that their strength of schedule had been better this season. They knocked off a really good North Miami team in Week 9 that propelled them into with some momentum in the playoffs. But credit to Fremont, guys. 3 straight wins. They're 8-3. I think the 8 wins are the most in, I don't know, close to 25 years, I think, 2001.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a sectional championship on the line at North Miami. This is a program that has never won a sectional championship ever. So playing with house money at this point for the Eagles, they'll go to North Miami next week, a really good program. But, hey, that's a team that Triton beat, as I mentioned, just a couple weeks ago, and Fremont took care of business last night. So congratulations to the Eagles and Coach Trevor Thomas. Just a phenomenal season for them, regardless of what happens next week. And just a great feeling for Fremont. Long, struggling program, right, has found some momentum in recent years, but 8-3 right now, just a phenomenal story.
Yes, and over to Sectional 44, it was Hagerstown over Monroe Central 22-8, and the South Adams Starfires keep rolling. They beat Tri 49-14.
They did, and this was a closer game early in the first half, tied at 7 at the end of the first quarter. South Adams scored a couple touchdowns in that second quarter. Titus Lehman passes to Wes Somerset and Will Patterson to really put South Adams comfortably ahead into the fourth quarter, and they just extended that from there. Titus Lehman finishes 23 of 35, 340 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 to Wes Somerset, 1 to Will Patterson, 1 to Derek McKean. And the reward for Hagerstown for pulling the slight upset on the road at Monroe Central is taking on the South Adams Starfires next week in Bern in Sectional 44.
Yes, indeed. Any idea where you're going to be next week?
I will actually be in Dayton, Ohio next week. My brother from Colorado is coming in, and the 3 Kenny boys are heading to Dayton, Ohio for a weekend of excitement and debauchery potentially. But all eyes will be on the sectional championship games next Friday night. I know DC will be somewhere.
Yes, he will. Yeah, but and has DC indicated where he's going to be yet?
I am not completely sure yet. I mean, there's obviously a few intriguing games, so I'm going to have to sit and think about it this weekend. There's so many games to choose from.
Oh, my
so
goodness.
So many teams I haven't gotten to see yet. So
yeah,
I am still TBD.
Okay, because, there's East Noble Dwenger at Shields Field. There's Carroll Northrop
rematch.
Yeah, so a couple of right off the bat, who knows. But I like when you said debauchery and then you qualify that with potentially. We've gotten to an age where
we have gotten to an age.
If I'm feeling up to it, we're going to be debaucherizing Dayton, Ohio. Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
or we could be in bed by 8:30. You never know.
Oh, sure, with the Alka-Seltzer in the glass. Yeah, who knows?
Absolutely. But, in terms of next week, it's really going to be tough to beat that East Noble Dwenger matchup. I think, between Dwenger and SAC and East Noble and NE8, there's a lot of bragging rights on the line, and I think that's going to be a really, really big matchup, an entertaining matchup out at Shields.
Indeed it is. Well, Justin, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, guys. Appreciate it.
All right. That was Justin Kenny from OPS and OutsideTheHuddle.net joining us, as he does every Saturday morning, to talk some high school football. So we're going to go ahead and step out, take a break, and then when we come back, we're going to be talking to Mike McCaffrey, athletic director at the University of St. Francis, in our weekly Cougar Chat. And the Cougs have a big one today at 1 o'clock at Darcy Stadium on the football field against Olivet Nazarene. And it's Military Appreciation Day. We'll talk to Mike all about that when we get back. Plus, basketball has started over at the Hutzel Center as well. All that and more when we come back. You're listening to Talkin Sports, powered by McMahon's Best One on 1380 The Fan, 100.9 FM.
do you thank the people that add so much to our lives? How do you celebrate a community that brings out the best in all of us? You give back. In 2022, McMahon's Best One gave more than $100,000 to local organizations that are always there to lift us up, to listen, to strengthen us, every one of us. Throughout the year, McMahon's Best One will continue to give back to the community that has given so much to us, bringing out the best in each other, together.
Here's the tale of the daily Medfield. Same old pharmacy, same old bill, but those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings wrangler rode in, cool as can be. Tap Good RX, saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. The deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang, that one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not insurance.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
Craving something hot and fresh? Penn Station East Coast Subs has always been the go-to for the tastiest hot grilled subs, crispy fresh cut fries, and that oh-so-refreshing fresh squeezed lemonade. But now it's time to take things to the next level. Introducing the all-new Ghost Pepper Cheesesteak. Imagine tender, perfectly grilled steak smothered in melty, gooey ghost pepper cheese that delivers a kick of heat you won't forget. It's bold, it's spicy, and it's only here for a limited time. Not a steak fan? No problem. You can add their fiery ghost pepper cheese twist to your favorite Penn Station sub or wrap. But beware, this one's only for the brave. So why wait? Head over to your nearest Penn Station East Coast Subs today for a bite of pure heat and flavor. Whether you're dining in, taking out, or ordering online, they've got you covered. Visit penn-station.com for easy online ordering and skip the wait. Your order will be ready when you arrive. Ghost pepper cheese. Get it before it vanishes at Penn Station East Coast Subs.
This is a message brought to you by Glazer and Ebbs, your auto accident and injury attorneys. Those considering applying for or needing assistance getting Social Security disability because they've been denied in their application process can call Glazer and Ebbs at 424-0954. Social Security disability benefits exist to help those who are unable to work because of severe disability. Glazer and Ebbs can help you with initial applications and appeals from denials. They will also assist you in the hearing process. Glazer and Ebbs has offices in Fort Wayne, Decatur, Warsaw, and Kendallville to meet for a free consultation to discuss the possibility of obtaining these benefits. At Glazer and Ebbs, they don't get paid unless you get approved. Call today for your free consultation. Remember, there's no fee if no approval. Call 424-0954. Glazer and Ebbs.
Do you remember the good old days as a kid when you were sitting at home, eagerly tearing open a pack of sports trading cards? Oh, the anticipation builds as you uncover rare rookie cards, autographed gems, and limited edition memorabilia. Well, not much has changed. Card collecting and trading is just trading cards at Midwest Box Breaks, your ultimate destination for all things card-related. And Midwest Box Breaks is based right here in Fort Wayne. Midwest Box Breaks. Value the customer. Respect the hobby. Midwest Box Breaks.
Now back to Talkin Sports with Jim Shovlin on Fort Wayne Sports Station, 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
Good morning and welcome back to Talkin Sports. Powered by McMahon's Best One. And I guess I failed to mention it in the first quarter that happy last day of the baseball season, everyone. That's sad to say.
It is very sad to say.
Sad to say. Oh, my goodness.
I stung a little bit.
But we'll be strong. We'll be strong. Let's go to the Talkin Sports phone line powered by Fire Police City County Federal Credit Union. Because on that Talkin Sports phone line is University of St. Francis Athletic Director Mike McCaffrey. Mike, good morning.
Good morning, Jimmy. How are you, buddy?
I am great this morning. And like I said, just a little bit pensive due to the fact that the baseball season ends, well, today or tomorrow based on if we go extra innings tonight in Game 7. But at the start of the World Series, I'm always saying I just want it to go 7 because that just means the baseball season goes a little longer and it's just that many fewer days to wait until spring training starts. So, and I know you as a Red Sox fan love, looking forward to spring and everything involved with it. That's for sure.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to next spring for a while as a Red Sox fan.
Hey, and I'm an A's fan, so I can't even wait till they get into their actual stadium that's Major League quality, So, but but it's been fun watching this one as well. But let's talk some Cougars, and wow, what a win last week for the Cougars to run their record to 6-5 with a 28-27 victory over St. X on the road, by the way.
Yeah, always a tough place to play up in Chicago. We've had mixed success up there on the road. I think Coach Sherman was telling me between all of his coaching, that was the first time he's ever won at St. X between his time at Marion and here at St. Francis. So it's not an easy place to go win. They're a well-coached team. Coach Feminist has been there for a long time, and he's been fielding competitive teams and doing a great job. So it was we knew it was going to be a tough battle, and within the division, it was one we had to have if we want to keep our postseason hopes alive. So went up there and started off a little sluggish and a couple turnovers, but we ended up getting the score, getting it to our advantage, 28-21, and then St. X came down and scored a touchdown to make it 28-27, and they actually kicked the extra point, made it, but then there was a penalty on us for, I think, offsides, so they decided to go for 2 with the ball on the 1 yard line, wherever it is when you move it half the distance for an extra point, and tried a little quarterback draw to the left, which they've had. They were having success with their quarterback running on us pretty much all day, so I don't blame the call, but our defensive line came through and blew it up and ended up keeping them out of the end zone on the 2-point conversion, so we ended up winning 28-27, then we held the ball for the rest of the game and got out of there with a win. So it was a big one for us. We had to have it, and now we're going to play another really, really good team in Olivet Nazarene, who's ranked in the top 25, and played Marion last week pretty tough at their place. I think they ended up losing by 8, but if there's any chance for us to get into the playoffs, it's got to be a win today. So we're a little payback probably. We went on the road to Olivet last year, and we're looking to clinch the conference solo, and they ended up beating us out at their place. We ended up being co-champs and having to go on the road for the playoffs. So I think some of our guys who are coming back have a little bad taste in their mouth from the last time we played them. So hopefully they come out today, execute well. When we cut out the penalties and some of the mental errors, we're a really, really tough football team to beat. So we need to do that today. We need to make sure we're not giving them any free plays, free yards. We've got to tighten up, and it's been a while since we've been home, so hopefully the guys are excited to come out in front of the home crowd and get a big W.
Yes, indeed. And it's also, is it Military Appreciation Day out at Darcy Stadium?
Yeah, it is. Yep. Yeah, we've been working with the local Army National Guard, so we're going to have some dignitaries out. Obviously, all the military and veterans get in for free today. We've got a color guard from the National Guard ROTC coming out. We'll have their Humvee parked by the gate, and we had some other stuff planned that, unfortunately, due to a government shutdown, we are not able to pull off. There was some flyover and some different stuff that we had been working with them on, but not able to pull that part off because the government doesn't want to work right now. So we got to do what we got to do. We'll put on a good show and welcome all our veterans today and thank them for their service.
That's awesome. Let's segue over to basketball. Basketball has started. The men are 1-1 with the win yesterday, and the women, number 8 in the country in the NAIA polls, basically shellacked their opponent yesterday at the Hutzel Athletic Center.
Yeah, the men are on the road out in Iowa at Clark University and got the first win in the Coach Nate Conley era, so good for him to get that first one. And Javon Lewis went off for, I think, 30 points yesterday. We ended up scoring 99. Beat Viterbo up there, and Carson Rogers with another double-double. He had, I think, 19 rebounds in our first game last weekend, came back with, I think, 22 and 11 last night. So getting some good production from our guys that are returning. Javon's playing great, and Carson is just he's he's tough to play with inside. He's a big body, and he's going to be, if we're going to have some success in basketball this year, it's going to be, those two guys are our leaders right now until we get Joe Reedy back from his injury. So good to see him go out on the road and go out to Iowa and get a win. They play a really tough Northwestern team today, who's got a new coach after their coach, a longtime coach, retired. But they're a really good team, and this will kind of tell us where we're at out there. And then the women are playing in the second game of our Cougar Classic tournament that we host this weekend. Won by, I think, got a big 40-point win last night, and you can just see when this team is playing together and playing well. There's a reason why they were preseason ranked number 8. They're pretty good, and Renna Schwaderman, who's our new transfer from PFW, she came in and immediately let people know that she's going to be tough to deal with this year. And Callie Gregory and Isabella Gizzi locking them down. It was a fun game to watch, and kept it close a little bit early, and then pulled away in the second half to get the win. But we'll turn around and play again today at 2:00 against Cornerstone and see if we can go 2-0.
Yes, indeed. It's a great time now with football still rolling and basketball starting. It's an exciting time over on the campus at the University of St. Francis. What else is going on as the fall sports start to culminate?
Yes, we'll have our senior day today for volleyball at 5:30. 5:30 over at Hutzel, and then the men's soccer we're hosting the first round for the Crossroads League tournament Tuesday night. Mamba and the boys made it to the 4th spot in the conference, so we'll be hosting a conference tournament game in men's soccer for the first time since I think 2013. So been a while since we've been in this position, but these guys have earned it, and we'll take on Spring Arbor, and then the women will go to Marion. They made the tournament as the 8th seed, and they'll go down to Marion on the Wednesday night for first round of the conference tournament. So hopefully we can get a run. I know the men's team is playing well. We beat some ranked teams. I think we've got to probably get to at least the conference tournament championship game, knock off maybe another ranked one, and then see kind of where it is at the end. But we've got everything in front of us. If we win 3 games, then we make it to the NAI national tournament. So that's the goal right now.
Nice. Well, Mike, thank you for joining us this morning, and I will see you, shortly as we get ready for the football game between the Cougs and Olivet Nazarene, the Tigers. So we'll look forward to being out at Darcy Stadium with you.
Sounds good, Jim. Appreciate it. Have a great weekend.
All right. That was Mike McCaffrey, athletic director at the University of St. Francis, in our weekly Cougar chat. And, get on out there to Darcy Stadium. College football atmosphere starting at 1:00 today. Military Appreciation Day as well. And just one more regular season game to go on the 15th against Judson. And I believe, that'll have to be senior day because, it's coming down to the wire now. So get on out there, if not today, on the 15th. So before we go to break, a couple of things I wanted to mention, too. The Fort Wayne Komets still on the road, and we're going to be talking to Shane Albahrani after the break. But the Komets 5-3 winners over the Iowa Heartlanders last night in ECHL hockey. They'll play again tonight. And then from there head right down to Florida to play another multiple game set down in the Sunshine State. But congratulations to the K's now as they are rolling, and this is exactly what you want to have happen if you got to start out with the first 10 games on the road, that's for sure. And they're doing just that. They are 4-1 after 5 games, 8 total points already with 5 road games to go before coming to the Coliseum on November 21st. That's a Friday evening to open the home part of the ECHL season. So go Komets. Also, congratulations, big-time congratulations to Blackhawk Christian's boys soccer team. They take the Class A state championship in boys soccer, beating number 10 Indianapolis Cecina 3-0 to finish the season at 19-0-4. How about those Blackhawk Christian Braves as the state champs in Class A boys soccer? And also in this day in Fort Wayne sports history, 1997, speaking of high school soccer, Canterbury's boys soccer team wins the state title title after finishing second the season before. And it says the first thing Greg Mauch did at the beginning of the season was make the Cavaliers watch a video of the 1996 state championship match that they lost to North Central by a score of 6-1. He said it wasn't meant to be mean, Mauch said. He said, we just decided that that's where we were starting from, and we wanted to improve from there. So improve they did, bringing home a state championship in 1997. And that's your entry for November 1st in Blake Sebring's book, Fort Wayne Sports History. We're going to go ahead and take a timeout. Then when we come back, we're going to be talking to Shane Albahrani, play-by-play voice of your Fort Wayne Komets. We'll do all that when we return. You're listening to Talkin Sports, powered by McMahon's Best One on 1380 The Fan, 100.9 FM.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy. In 2011, I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind, to help honest folks out of their timeshares permanently. Today, I run Wesley with my two sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we'd want our own family treated. That philosophy has helped us grow into the largest, most trusted timeshare cancellation company in the United States. Fortune magazine even recognized us as one of the best places to work. Why? Because we genuinely care. In fact, some of our former clients were so moved by their experience working with us, they joined our team so they could help others to timeshare freedom. If you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-743-8989. 800-743-8989. 800-743-8989.
Ready to take your business to the next level? Turn to the experts at Federated Digital Solutions. We specialize in customized strategies designed to elevate your brand, generate quality leads, spark social engagement, and drive results. Your business isn't a one-size-fits-all. Your marketing shouldn't be either. Partner with Federated Digital Solutions and experience the difference that true digital excellence can make. Text FDS to 45364 now. That's FDS to 45364, and let's grow your business together.
Running a business is challenging enough without the added stress of uncertain insurance coverage. That's where Hoopy Insurance Services, in partnership with Indiana Farmers Insurance, can help. We take the time to understand the specific needs of your business, allowing us to tailor a coverage plan that's just right for you. Contact us today at 260-486-7488 or visit us online at hupe-insurance.com. Your business deserves more than just insurance. It deserves peace of mind.
Truck drivers, wherever you want to take your driving career in 2026, Schneider has an opportunity for you. Our huge selection of driving jobs means you can get the home time that suits your schedule. Choose from daily, weekly, monthly, or sometime in between. Plus, Schneider drivers can choose from dedicated, intermodal, dry van, and tanker options. Don't wait to upgrade your career before the new year. Search jobs and apply now at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
As the seasons change from summer to fall, there's nothing like coming home to a space that feels warm, inviting, and uniquely yours. And that's exactly what you're going to get with Hammett Homes, Northeast Indiana's premier luxury custom home builder. For over 4 homes that stand the test of time. From open layouts, perfect for holiday gatherings, to cozy, functional spaces built for everyday living, Hammett Homes makes your vision a reality. As a true design build firm, they handle everything in-house. I'm talking architecture, interior design, even 3D previews of your future home, so every detail is flawless before construction even begins. And if you're not looking to build new right now, they also specialize in home transformations. So whether you're planning a brand new build or refreshing your forever home, trust Hammett Homes to deliver on time, on budget, and way beyond expectations. Visit their Fort Wayne Design Center off Lockabray Lane or find them online at hammett-homes.com.
Right now on My Deals Fort Wayne, get 2 $25 certificates for the price of 1. Enjoy award-winning ribs from the legendary Nick's Rib Room, expertly crafted entrees, signature cocktails, and live music from smooth jazz to classic vocals. Nick's Martini and Wine Bar is located in East State Village and is open Thursday through Saturday. With a cozy, sophisticated atmosphere, it's perfect for date nights, special occasions, or anyone craving elevated American classics. Patio seating is available. Don't miss out. Head to MyDealsFortWayne.com today.
Now back to Talkin' Sports with Jim Shovlin on Fort Wayne Sports Station, 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
Welcome back to Talkin' Sports, powered by McMahon's Best One. That's DC Hendricks there, spinning the tunes, little Thin Lizzy. And I'm Jim Shovlin. Thanks for tuning in. We're talking local sports of all sorts till the top of the hour at 10 o'clock. If you'd like to be part of the show, you can do so via the text line at 260-447-8500. That's 260-447-8500. We'll take a look and see if we can't get it on for you. And we're going to go to the Talkin' Sports phone line right now, because on the Talkin' Sports phone line, powered by, well, nobody. If you'd like to power it, you can certainly power it. Otherwise, the phone line is powered by Fire Police City County Federal Credit Union. And we're going to talk to Mr. Shane Albahrani, play-by-play voice of your Fort Wayne Komets. Shane, good morning, and another big win for the Komets last night out in Iowa over the Heartlanders.
Yeah, the Komets are bringing the power. See what I did there?
Yeah.
2 big wins here on the road, hoping to go for the sweep tonight.
Yes, indeed. And of course, from Iowa, you finished with the Heartlanders tonight and then head straight to Florida for a Wednesday, Friday, Saturday tilt. Is that against the Everblades?
Yeah, it'll be 3 games down in Fort Myers area, and I think we'll have a little better temperatures down there. So, yeah, we're kind of looking forward to it.
Yeah. Now, what is the itinerary, I guess, if you will, for road trips like this? I mean, you got out to Iowa, and then you're holed up in a hotel, and everything is just in meetings and things like that. But then now, are you gonna bus down to Florida? Are you flying? What's the itinerary?
Well, we're gonna hop on the bus after the game tonight and actually go home. Go
okay.
to Fort Wayne, and so we'll be able to take out the jackets and put the swim trunks back into the suitcase and maybe do some laundry. And we are back on the bus at 9 a.m. Monday. Heading down to Indy to catch a flight down to Fort Myers. Okay,
well, that sounds very easy. Yeah, And let's talk about this 2025-26 Fort Wayne Komet ECHL team. I mean, starting out this season on the road, with 10 games, people were a little bit nervous about that. But I'll tell you what, 4-1 after 5 games and just 11 goals surrendered. This is going to be a fun team to watch once they do get back onto Coliseum ice on the 21st.
Yeah, it's not bad. The Komets over the last couple of years have actually been a better road team. So we weren't really intimidated by the 11 games on the road. And plus, you do it, to start the season, so it's a chance for the guys to bond and really kind of get to know each other. And I think that's really where we're taking advantage of that. And like you said, after 5 games, you're 4-1. Going into this 11-game trip, people were just saying, hey, if we come out of this 500, great. But I'm thinking we could probably do a little bit better than 500. But next week down in Florida is going to be a big test.
Yes, it will. Yeah. But yeah, starting out 4-1, I guess, you can say, yeah, okay, let's raise the bar a little bit. But and it looks like Alex Albahrani was once again instrumental in assisting in the victory yesterday or last night in Iowa, and talk a little bit about the guys that are excelling, both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, Alex Albahrani contributed last night, but rookie Josh Grohl, he had 2 goals in Wednesday's win and a point. And then he picked up another goal and another assist last night, so he's on a bit of a heater. Brady Stonehouse is a rookie. He had 2 goals last night. He was the difference as he scored the insurance goal on a breakaway late in the third. But a lot of it has been with the defense, like you mentioned. Just 11 goals surrendered through these first 5 games, and it's not so much the defensemen. The goaltenders have been really good, and the forwards have been back-checking like crazy, and that has been a big reason why the Komets are 4-1 going into tonight's game.
In Iowa themselves are now 3-1 after 7 games, but one telling statistic, attendance last night was under 1,000, 812. Why aren't they supporting Heartlanders hockey in Iowa?
Well, you had, Wednesday night wasn't much better, and, it's a simple fact. You had a Wednesday night game, which is always kind of a hard sell, and then you had a Friday night game, which was Halloween, which, people have got other plans, and plus, just like in Indiana, it was high school football playoffs here in Iowa. So you're dealing with a lot of things. This is a college town. University of Iowa is right down the street. So, it's a different market. So tonight, I'm expecting a much better crowd here tonight.
Okay, yeah, and it's unfortunate to see some of those attendants. Hey, I worked in the G League, so we were used to that. But the ECHL has a darn good brand of hockey, and so it's a lot of intrigue there. So I'm just looking forward to November 21st, that Friday night. I believe the Bloomington Bison are coming into town, aren't they, for the home opener for the Caves?
Yeah, it's a triple header weekend. So you've got Bloomington Friday, Kalamazoo Saturday, and Wichita on Sunday. So it's been a long wait. So hopefully we're going to have more than 800 people.
Yes.
Those games. So get your tickets so we can pack the house those 3 games.
And what can you tell us? What can you share with us about opening night? And I always have loved opening night because the Komet legends are introduced. You got both anthems, and you get to see the players, and for the first time on home ice. What's in it for the fans that show up on November 21st?
Yeah, it'll be just like that. It'll be the traditional home opener. We'll have the Komet legends there, and the lights will go out. All that great stuff is going to be going on, and the anthems, and it's not flashy, but it's just something we've always done on opening night, and that's what I look forward to.
Yes, indeed, as do I. And so before we let you go, Shane, let's talk about the podcast. What's the latest on the podcast situation?
Oh, obviously didn't get a chance to record one this week or probably next week, but had Matt Miller on the show and Odin Tufto, who is trying to get back from injury. So actually sent out 2 episodes last week, so hopefully that's going to tide the fans over.
There we go. Well, Shane, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll talk to you next Saturday, from the great state of Florida.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks, Jimmy.
All right. Thank you. That was Shane Albahrani, play-by-play voice of the Fort Wayne Komets in our weekly Komet chat. And, I'm very much looking forward to Komet hockey and getting all those home games after being on the road for so long to start things out. And
my goal is to make it to more Komets games this year than I did last year.
Well, good.
That's a goal every year, to make it to more games the next year than I did the past year.
I made it to many more last year than I did in previous years.
I was going to say, you went to a lot last year.
Yeah, I love watching that team. And so, got other people to go with at times. If the wife was busy or anything like that, well, then I'd have, grandsons, sons-in-laws, things like that to go with. And finding out more people are big Komet fans, so that's a lot of fun. So
before we go, who wins Game 7?
Dodgers.
Said it so confidently, like the Blue Jays aren't.
Oh no, the Blue Jays are good, and will it go extra innings? Quite possibly. I just hope nobody runs away and hides in the second inning. That would stink. But
I got the Blue Jays. We might have to. We got the cover boys. Cover boys. Is that what it's called?
Let's see what they say about. Yeah. Well,
I have to put a little something on it.
Yeah. Oh, we'll see. I don't know. We both come in here with McDonald's or something, every Saturday morning. So maybe who knows? But we'll find out what's going on there. Hey, thanks so much to Justin Kinney from OPS and OutsideTheHuddle.net for joining us, as he does each and every week. Although next week he'll be in Dayton. Ooh. No. And also thanks to Mike McCaffrey, athletic director at the University of St. Francis. I know I'm going to see him in a couple of hours out at Darcy Stadium. Will you see him? Yeah. If you go out to Darcy, you're going to see Mike McCaffrey because he's right there on the sidelines, especially pregame. So you do that. And thanks so much to Shane Albahrani. Remember, they're an hour behind us. And don't forget, fall back tomorrow or tonight, late tonight. Daylight savings time ends, and it's Eastern Standard Time instead of Eastern Daylight. So anyway, that's going to do it for Talkin Sports. Thanks so much to D.C. Hendricks for always keeping it smooth and for his wisdom imparted during the show as well. And thanks to you, the listener, for tuning in each and every week to Talkin Sports. So until next Saturday, have a great week, everybody.
Podcasts by Federated Media.